Thank you, Brian. I mean, we talked prior to this game about this being more of performance based result, right? Not the result, but more of the performance. That's what was important here today. 3-3 was probably not in your planning. It probably wasn't in what you thought this could be. But I just want to get your take on the performance and then that 3-3 result.
Well, overall, I think the performance was good in the sense that we scored 3 goals away from home. So the attacking side was working. I thought all 3 of our goals are very well taken goals. I loved Christian's first goal. Welcome back, Christian. Raul's next 2 goals, well taken. The second one, Golasso, welcome back, Raul. And, we have 9 shutouts. And, for some odd reason, we couldn't keep Charlotte off the board. I mean, look, give a little bit of credit for Charlotte because they didn't quit. They put pressure on us. They sent the big guys up towards the end of the game. But certainly, Nico, we felt that, we should have come out of there with all 3 points.
How preventable were those goals? Did it feel like it was just maybe a one moment, a one communication? Just you want to get your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, we'll watch the tape. I've seen them, but we'll watch them with the team. I mean, look, we got to make plays. The first goal, was it out of bounds? Was it not out of bounds? There was some controversy there. But, it came from a second action on a goal off a corner kick, their corner kick. Somehow they got behind us. The Aymar's got to win duels. It's just, it's one of those things. Their guy made a play. The second and third goals, came, I believe they were preventable. I thought the second and third goals were ones that we could have done a little bit better at. Second goal, maybe we could have fouled, stopped the game, diving in a little bit at the top of the box, a kid. But the third goal, I got to own some of that. Did we drop off too deep? We weren't trying to. But that's the key when you go down to, 5-4-1. Sometimes the team plays defensive. But I wanted guys to press higher up the field. I thought Bear did an okay job trying to chase down 3 guys. But, we dropped too deep. And they swung the ball in, and the guy glancing header. So, yeah, I think we could have done better on the second and third goals.
All right, next up I have Jada Evans.
Thanks. Excuse me. Thanks for taking my question. Brian, I wanted to ask a little bit more about Raul, especially, the keeping him healthy, getting him out there, is able to score goals. So yeah, if you could, kind of add a little bit more about what you saw from him tonight, and then also with you guys being able to go up 2-1 at the half, were there any changes that you wanted to make or tweaks that you wanted to make to try and come back with the win?
Well, I can talk about, the overall tactics, 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. We still wanted to play because we felt we actually had, a good attacking performance. We possessed the ball in the right moments at times. We're able to possess the ball higher up the field in certain moments. Obviously, every game has ebbs and flows. They were the home team. They were going to have some momentum. But, overall, I thought the team managed the game fairly well from an attacking standpoint. And Raul was a big part of that. I mean, that second goal was a really, really well-taken goal. Third goal, he just shows his instincts inside the penalty box. Obviously, JP had, 3 crosses in a row that were dangerous. Last one finally found Raul found where the ball was more than likely going to end up. So kudos to Raul and, the rest of the team for creating a bunch of chances.
Perfect. Next I have Masvidal.
Hey, Brian, when you drop back, and that wasn't the intent, but when it happened, was the idea to push their offense to the flanks so they didn't attack in the middle?
Well, no, they were bringing the ball out wide. That's why we went to a back line of 5, just to add an extra defender out there. The problem, the challenge is always with your depth between the back line and your midfield line and where you set up your line of confrontation. I think the back five should have still been 4 or 5 yards on top of the 18. And then the midfield four should be, 10 yards higher up the field. And then a bear 35 to 40 yards up the field, trying to press higher up the field. So, again, those are, learning moments for the group, learning moments for the team. We'll show them film. But Maz, look, sometimes it's human nature. Sometimes it's the other, it's the other team, advancing the ball into positions that they deserve credit for.
Obviously there's a lot of individual performances, but did Albert Rusnak's performance provide a headache for you in how he played up there, that advanced position?
Albert was good. Albert was very good, but I thought Christian was good. I thought JP was good. Thought Raul picked his spots coming a little deeper to give us possession. I thought the whole team played well.
Thanks.
Next up, I have Jeremiah.
Yeah, if you could just explain the thinking behind starting Obed in this one after he joined you relatively late, and what you made of his performance overall.
Well, there was a quick decision with Nico's pulling out of training on the last day. It was going to be between he or Josh, so we elected to go with Obed just because I think Josh certainly deserved consideration, and we gave him consideration. But we also see a bright future for Obed. Both of them, maybe those are our starting two midfielders in the future. You never know. But that was just an opinion that I took, and I thought he was okay. Maybe his, lack of inclusion in the group for an extended period of time, you can see that a little bit. But I thought him and JP were pretty darn good in moments in the first half. You saw Obed's quality. So I was okay with this performance. He's going to make mistakes, as any young player will. And we'll reassess for LAFC.
All right, a reminder, if you have a question, please use the raise hand function. I don't see any new hands up, so we'll circle back to Nico Moreno. Nico, if you could unmute and ask a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to ask, Coach, I apologize. Did Charlie do anything different that might have surprised you? Whether it was the movement of Swiderski today, was it Vargas getting that high, the way they just kind of continually got to you as a team? Just wanted to know if there was anything surprising, and what was the messaging to the team after this 3-3 draw?
So the only thing that we were surprised with or needed to do better with was in the first half, they had the number 15 and the number 8 in higher and wider positions outside of Obed and JP to create 2-against-1s against Alex and Nuhu. And we needed to have Leo Chu connected a little bit. Christian was doing an okay job on the other side, but the number 8 really caused us some problems in the first half with his running in behind. He was in that pocket of space. We corrected that a little bit. So I think that was the one surprise. And then the message to the group afterwards was, look, credit to you guys for scoring 3 goals. But I did remind them that we're a very, very good defensive team. And it was uncharacteristic of us to give up 3 goals. And, that was a little bit of a waste as far as not being able to close out a game on the road when you score 3 goals.
Thank you, Coach.
Perfect. I don't see any more hands. So, Coach, thank you for your. Oh, just kidding. Jeremiah, go ahead and ask your question.
Sorry for jumping in there right at the end. But if you could talk a little bit about those about getting those 3 goals, and obviously you don't want to give up 3, but how big of a step forward from a mentality perspective is it just to be able to see the ball hit the back of the net that many times and to score, not fluky goals, but, good goals. Yeah.
It was a big step forward, Jeremiah. Look, the draw stings because we were ahead. We let them come back on multiple occasions. But the one silver lining in a very dark cloud is, the offense was clicking. Raul is back. I thought Bear came on and, almost scored a goal. Yes, maybe it was offsides, but you can see his instincts. So the team being in an attacking mindset and scoring 3 goals on the road was a real step forward, Jeremiah.
All right, and I have one more question from Masvita, and we'll close it out.
Yeah, Brian, obviously going back to the goals that you conceded, 2 of those were off headers. Worrisome to you? Is that just something that was in your messaging? We're a good defensive team and we can fix this.
I think that all 3 goals were a little different, little different the way they came about. But, we'll always work on it. We'll always work on defending. We're a good defensive team. The anomalies are the Portland game and now this game. So we'll try and correct it.